What's up, guys? Bizarre 1000 here with my Impact Wrestling review. TNA Impact Wrestling, of course. Okay, for November 10th, 2011. Okay, we start off the show with Rude talking about why you guys booing me. I'm Rick Rude. Oh, Rick Rude, my bad. Bobby Roode. Sorry. Rick Rude. Hopefully up there. Um, and then we have James Storm laying everybody out, which this is prior to him having the concussion. So he wasn't really going to have a match, and he didn't. He just basically came to. Oh, we'll get to that later. Okay. Well, the first match, and remember, this was taped 2 weeks ago. So last week it was taped. Or, yeah, I believe it was last Wednesday. These two episodes were taped from Macon, Georgia, or whatever it is. But here's a fun fact. In case you guys didn't know, this is letting you know my knowledge of wrestling. This is my remote. Put that down. Okay. Years ago, when Scott Hall first came to WCW, and it looked like it was going to be a WE invasion, what turned into be the NWO, Scott Hall in WCW, this is where he first showed up in the crowd in Macon, Georgia. And a lot of people hate Eric Bischoff. But when Eric Bischoff was in WCW, um, he had a lot of friends, and because when they would go, they would do live events every week. They were somewhere different. So Eric Bischoff, over those years of running WCW, he made a lot of friends of these who own these arenas. So he called them up and said, "Hey, I want to come do a show here, do a couple shows here, do a couple of Impact tapings." And so he knows these people from already doing WCW. So by bringing Eric Bischoff, people may hate him on TV, but behind the scenes, Eric Bischoff ran a successful company. Yes, it went under. It wasn't because of Eric Bischoff it went under. Just remember that. A lot of other stuff happened that you don't see on TV. People see Eric Bischoff when he was in the NWO and they hated him. But you never seen what he did behind the scenes. He knows how to run a wrestling company. Did they not beat WCW for a year, over a year? Or they beat the WE for over a year during the Monday Night Wars. Check that out. If you're seeing a DVD, check out Monday Night Wars DVD. I mean, WCW did a lot of great things when they were on. And Eric Bischoff, in case you didn't know, just got up enough money to buy WCW from Ted Turner, and he was going to have it and own the company. But then Ted Turner says he's ready to get out of the wrestling business, and so he sold it to Vince McMahon for basically nothing. I mean, Kevin Nash has stated if he would have known how much he bought WCW for, Nash would have bought WCW. I mean, that's how little the money was. And if you want to talk about knowledge of wrestling, Kevin Nash is a freaking genius in wrestling. Kevin Nash worked his contract so brilliantly. In case you don't know, Kevin Nash, I'm getting off my Impact topic, I'm going to go back to it in a minute, but Kevin Nash, when he was signed to WCW originally, him and Scott Hall were there. Well, if anyone remembers way back when, Jim Ross said he was going to bring in the Diesel and Razor Ramon back to the WE. Well, in WCW, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall weren't really signed to contracts technically yet. So they thought they were going to leave, and these guys were leaving and going back to the WE, or WF at the time. And Nash and them were like, okay, so they ended up getting like $2 million. They ended up getting paid even more money than what they already paid to come over. So then they signed the contracts, and then they got big money. Well, anyways, that's a whole little story about that. Kevin Nash is just so smart. Okay, back to my review. First match. Crimson versus the Pope. The Pope gets 5 minutes on TV. That's it. 5 freaking minutes. The Pope is a good wrestler. This Crimson guy is getting so annoying. So Crimson beats him in like 2 seconds. Then we hear Gunner backstage talking about Garrett Bischoff, how he's going to beat Garrett Bischoff. Eric Bischoff's son. Which I still don't really kind of like this story. Because it's just, I don't really like it. But I gotta say, Garrett looked okay. And in case people don't know this, OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling, TNA and OVW have teamed up for like this is the WE's old place where all these great wrestlers came out of there. You got Randy Orton, John Cena, Ken Anderson, Batista. All these guys came from OVW. And TNA has partnered up where they can send some of the young guys like Garrett Bischoff to OVW to train and get better. Or send guys like Jesse Sorensen and bring up guys from OVW to TNA. And Bischoff, after his son won, I mean, he just did this great fit. He's like, not fair. It's just hilarious. It's like one of the funniest moments I've ever seen in TNA. It's pretty funny. Andrea, watch this. Watch Eric Bischoff. This is funny. It's just hilarious. He's just throwing a fit. It's great. Well, I guess Garrett won. And then we see a funny segment backstage with Robbie E and Robbie T knocking on Eric Young and Ronnie from the Jersey Shore locker room. And it was just funny. He's like, come on, come on. I want to talk to him, bro. And it was just funny. He's like, Robbie T, hold me back. Hold me back. This guy has it. He has something. Robbie E is freaking genius. He's so good on the mic. And we see James Storm all bloody backstage, which he already had a concussion. And the second match of the evening is Zema Ion, which this kid is unbelievable. And then Jesse Sorensen. He's good. I went and watched him live last week in Battle Creek, cheap plug. And really, he's signing a football to give away to a kid in the crowd. Really? 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 Signed his football? No one knows you? Whatever. Justice Sorensen is a good wrestler. I'll give him that. He's a very good wrestler. He did beat Austin Aries a week before. And then tonight he beat Zema Ion in a very fast match. I mean, it could have been better. Then Kid Cash comes out. And to sign the contract, you get a title shot against Austin Aries and you for the SVC title. But it's a three-way dance. Not to be all three of us. And then they get to beat his Rudy Poo Candy ass down. And then we see a funny segment backstage when Karen Jarrett, I keep wanting to call her Karen Angle, and Gail Kim and Madison Rayne. It seems like Madison Rayne is like becoming like a lackey. It's like, oh, I'm pretty too. And it's just like, I'm going to help beat her down too. Like, what? Well, Madison Rayne is a great wrestler too. And the moment of the night. When Velvet Sky does her famous ring rope dance, if you look closely, I might be wrong, but you can see her winking at you. You can see Velvet Sky winking at you. That's pretty cool. But Gail Kim and Madison Rayne end up picking up the win. And here comes a wink. Wink, wink. Wink, wink. Oh, it was a good tag match, though. And, see, the next match, I believe, was the Jersey Shore people. No, we see, yes, there was. We'll do a segment about it. And here comes Ronnie, Eric Young. It was a good match, besides Ronnie trying to be a wrestler. He sucked. He did a body slam and a clothesline. Then he did this gay jump. Let me rephrase that. Okay, I didn't mean to offend anyone who's gay out there. Okay. He did this stupid jump. It was retarded. No, not PG, sorry. But, yeah, that was stupid. He's just a little, like, like, really? 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 We see Bubba Ray, or Bully Ray, Jarrett and Steiner cut a promo. And Robin taking on Hardy. And, we have another segment backstage with Mexican America getting a brawl with, Dink Dink. Dink Dink. Then we get a great shot of Rosita's ass too, so that was nice. Yeah. Sorry, I got caught up on that. We have some MMA guy. We have AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels, which is a pretty good match. It could have been probably the match of the night. I almost forgot about this match. It was still a good match. RVD came out to help him. So we do know it's going to be RVD and Christopher Daniels at Turning Point, which I will be doing a prediction shows the next couple days. So I will have my girlfriend get the run sheet, and we will going over that this weekend. We have the big 6-man tag, which I really didn't get to see much of. I had to go do something real quick. But I seen the surprise guest partner was Abyss, which kind of screws me all the hell up. This is why. Okay, guys. I was in Battle Creek last weekend. It was Abyss versus Anderson. Abyss was a heel. A week later, he's a good guy. I'm confused. But then, okay, remember. Okay, we had the main... Bobby Roode versus James Storm. James Storm couldn't even wrestle. He does one move and he falls down, passes out. And then Bobby Roode, as the great heel that he is, rolled him up anyway and pinned it 1, 2, 3. But then AJ Styles comes out, so I wanted to have a match with that prick. But there's a problem. If you watch my AJ Styles injured update, you'll know AJ Styles is injured. James Storm is injured. AJ Styles has a grade 2 ankle sprain. And it's pretty severe. And he's saying it usually takes someone 3 to 4 weeks. He's trying to recover in a week. Which I don't know if he's going to do that. I mean, it's like, wow. So, yeah, I mean, because this show was taped about 2 weeks ago now. Almost 2 weeks ago. I think it was last week it was taped. So, yeah. So that kind of sucks. So AJ Styles is hurt. He got hurt in Battle Creek. Oh, I'm trying to get tired. He got hurt in Battle Creek. So we'll probably, I don't know if they'll make the show. We'll see. And if he can't wrestle, who are they put in his place? Ken Anderson, possibly? It's not going to be Kazarian, but it would make more sense. I'm not a big fan of Kazarian because all he says when he talks, bro. That's all he ever says is bro this, bro that. Shut the bro up. Yeah. So that's pretty much the show. I mean, we end it Sting saying AJ Styles is going to get, basically it's going to be AJ and Bobby Roode at Turning Point. Pretty much the show. I enjoyed it. A lot of wrestling. Thank you, Brother Love. If you guys didn't know, Brother Love is the new head of creative, the new head writer, new whatever. He just someone in there. And Brother Love, if you don't know, is behind the scenes. He helped create what the WWE is. He was one of Vince McMahon's basically one of his understudies. He helped make WWE what it is today. So if anyone can help turn around besides Paul Heyman, which we all like to see him come to TNA, Brother Love probably really knows a lot about the business, help to what works and what doesn't work. So maybe he will help. Instead of Vince Russo, I think they need to go through and just, honestly, in my personal opinion, I'm not saying you got to fire Russo, but just stick him as a writer, not as the number one writer, but just as, that's it. If I want really you want to fix TNA, go through and fire everyone you got there right now. I'm not saying Hogan and Bischoff. I think those two really work for the face of the company, especially Bischoff more than Hogan, because Bischoff knows how to run a company. Okay, guys, I'm going on about 14 minutes longer than I wanted. But Brother Love, continue the good work. More wrestling, hopefully. In case you guys didn't know, WWE's King of the Ring, Kurt Angle is on the cover. That's kind of ironic. He's in TNA. All right, have a good one, guys.